You Torah only Israelites. Unfortunately, if you're Torah only, then you are not a true Israelite. And you need to be silenced today. You don't need to teach anything anymore. If you want to be Torah only, then you be Torah only. But we're going to teach the true Torah in its fullness, in its completeness. We're not going to give half-truths, because that turns into lies, which bring death. And see, we true Yisrael, we know that law, that letter of the law, brought death with it. It was a schoolmaster to teach us. Because I will ask you all the very simple question. All of you Torah only, Old Testament only, you don't believe the New Testament, you don't believe in the Hamashiach. What is your atonement for your sins? Because there are commandments in Torah that if you break them, the penalty is death. It's your blood. And all of Israel has failed to keep those commandments by the letter of the law. Hell, most of Israel didn't even know that they were Israel at all. So of course they weren't keeping those commandments. So the penalty of that is blood. So you all Torah only, who are so-called keeping the commandments of the Most High, how do you pay when your blood is required? What do you pay as payment for those sins? What is the payment? What do you give? Because the Most High only will receive the blood. And in some of these cases, it's your blood. For instance, if you missed Shabbat, from sundown to sundown, if you missed that bad boy, the seventh day, you were to be killed. If you committed adultery, you were to be killed. If a woman married a man and she was found not to be a virgin on the night of her consummation, she was to be killed. So you Israelite women who got with a man and married him and were not a virgin at the time, you were supposed to be killed for that. How did you make atonement for it if you're Torah only? By the letter of the law. See, because I know a man by the name of Azariah, Israel, and he loved the Most High. He loves the Most High with his whole heart. And so being a Yisraelite and loving the Most High, he sought to do the Most High's commandments to the T. I mean, I witnessed the man being as diligent as possible. And he went on a journey. And on this journey, he took the clothes that he owned, which, of course, if you're Yisrael, you know those clothes had border blue and fringes on them. So the majority of the clothes that he had were handmade garments made by his wife. Border blue and fringes on them. When he went on this journey, he had these garments in a suitcase. The suitcase was in the trunk of his car. He went to stay at a hotel for the night. When he woke up the next morning, the car was gone, never to be seen again, along with his garments. So Azariah, he had to continue to live his life and move forward that next day without those border blue and fringed garments that he had. And he lived that next day with a regular t-shirt on and some regular pants on, not a border of blue and fringe in sight. Now we know according to Torah that the children of Israel are supposed to make a border of blue and fringe and put that on the border of their clothes, because they are a set apart people. So of course, Azariah would do this. But now he's without those garments because the vehicle with the garments was taken. Now, the Most High, who is watching all, who knows all, knows that this has happened. Why did he do this to Azariah? Why did he allow that to happen to him? Because his intent of his heart is to keep the commandments of the Most High to the T. That's why he has the garments. He wears nothing but those garments with the border blue and fringe. Every time you see Azariah, you would see him with the border blue and fringe. Now I'm seeing him without the border blue and fringe. But he still loved the Most High. He's still seeking after righteousness. He still wants to be pleasing to the Most High. So my question to all of you, Torah only, what does Azariah do now? Because according to Torah, he's supposed to have the border blue and fringe. He doesn't have it now. It's been stolen from him. So what does he do? He's now transgressed the commandment. How does he make atonement for that? Not wearing the border blue and fringe. Do you see? Because there's a higher law, which is the law of love, which is going to cover Azariah now. Grace. Because there's literally nothing he can do now. He can't keep physically that commandment. He would like to, but he can't. You understand the bondage that Yisrael went through? They wanted to be pleasing to the Most High, but they couldn't. It was stripped from them, stolen from them. Just like Azariah. So the Most High, who searches the hearts and the reins of a man, looks there. Looks at his heart and says, what's in that heart of his? Azariah wants to please me. He wants to do everything that I command him to do. But because he is in that body of flesh, that body of sin, he will fall. He will fail. So he will need something to sustain him in those times. You Torah only, wicked ass, anti-Messiah, anti-grace, anti-love, anti-truthers. You need an atonement for those times of grace where you can't fulfill Torah. You can't get to where you're supposed to get before sundown. So what are you supposed to die now? It's Torah. It's a storm outside. Your friend is stuck outside. You don't run outside and help him and bring him into your house because it's Shabbat. I'm starving. My friend brings me something that may be unclean according to Torah, but he brought it because it's all he had and he was doing it with love in his heart and kindness toward me. I'll curse him because it's against Torah. You see how you don't have love in your hearts? And this is why you don't receive Hamashiach, because he is love incarnate. That's why he was rejected. That's why he was hated in a hateful world full of lies and deceptions. The earth is given over into the hand of the wicked. The black woman is given over into the hand of the wicked. The so-called black woman. The Hebrew woman, Havah, is given over into the hand of the wicked. And her king has come to claim her back. His bride. Y'all sitting here acting about y'all don't understand the words. The bride, the consummation of the bride, the wedding feast. The wedding feast. The wise virgins, the foolish virgins who were invited to the wedding feast. It's all about a wedding feast. Redeeming his woman back to him. The lies and deception, how your hearts are filled with wickedness today. That's what we're dealing with. Raphael is a heart surgeon. The healing of Most High Yah. Doing heart surgery on you devils. Shining the light on that heart in the reins. Y'all been hiding behind illusions. You've been hiding behind a suit. But when that light flashes, you can't hide. There is no more cloak for your sin when that light is shining. That light of truth. That light of deliverance. Standing on the Mount of Zion with that fist up in the air saying, come home, Yahudah. Come back to truth and love. Come out of those lies. Come out of the deceptions. Come out of half-truths. Come into the fullness today. Let the light shine today. We don't put it under a bushel. This grace, this love, we're not putting this teaching under a bushel just because you hate it, because it sets the captive free. The ones you love to make merchandise of. The innocent ones. The tender-hearted. The kind. The patient. Soft-hearted. Compassionate. And you seek to do nothing but enslave them because of those qualities. Because they're harmless as doves. They don't seek death and destruction and murder. So they scream this message of the truth of love to save souls. Because it's love that sustains life. And if you're afraid of dying, then you have not found love. You're still keeping up with the rudiments of man, the traditions of men, the wicked things that they've taught you over these thousands of years that have done nothing but destroy you and pull you further away from your husband who loves you, who's extended his grace to you through his son, Yahusha, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. That precious lamb who said, Abba Yah, forgive them, for they know not what they do today. But they're wicked, my son. I must destroy them. But they don't know, Abba. I know. I'm doing it. But they're wicked, son. Look what they're doing to you. But they don't know, Father. Because if they knew, they wouldn't do this to me. And you want to deny that? Shame on you, Yisrael. Shame on you for denying that kind of love and that type of compassion for you. Woe unto you who deny that precious blood of that lamb that covers us, allows us to praise the name of Yahweh today. Halal wa yah. Halal wa yah. Allows us to do that today. Stands in the breach, the mediator. Pleads the cause for us with his own blood. The words are written in the book with his own blood. They're written red for a reason. Because they are true. They are without a spot and a blemish in them. Because they come direct from source. Just like a good wife would speak about her husband who's living with truth and love with her, she would speak nothing but his pure words that give her life. You don't know your husband, Yisrael. Israel does not know, nor does he consider it. You don't know how to be a wife to your husband? You don't know that a good husband gives his wife grace when she misses the mark? He lovingly teaches her and shows her the truth. Baby, look here, it's a weed. Ooh, I don't like that. No, we like beautiful flowers in here, my baby. Let's pull that weed. Let's get the roots and everything. Let's get it out of here. A real husband. And you tell me that if I know that, walking here on the earth with you, heathens, that there's not a Most High Yah sitting on his throne that's a better man than that. Who's more compassionate and loving. Who extends that pure, wonderful energy of himself to us by grace divine. Not because of anything that we've done, Yisrael. Not because you're keeping those commandments to the letter. That won't save you. They are as our good works are as filthy rags before the Most High Yah. They are as filthy rags to him. So we humble ourselves and we bow the neck in his presence. We watch the foot when we step into his holy temple. We take our shoes off, for where we stand is holy ground, set apart ground. And we listen intently for the king's words, as a good wife should. And when we receive them, they give us life, and we spread that life over to others. That's what's letting our light shine is. We can't have a light if we haven't had that candle lit by somebody, a servant candle. And if you know the menorah Israel, which you all say you do, you're supposed to be so over righteous. Isn't there a servant candle, the fourth candle in the middle that stands in the midst? I, the Lord your God, stand in the midst of Israel. And doesn't that servant candle light the other candles of the menorah? That servant candle is Yahusha, Hamashiach, the precious Lamb, the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings, the Word made flesh. You can't confound the Hamashiach with this truth. All the Jews tried and they all failed. So what do you think you're going to do today? Because if you think you can stand before the Hamashiach, then step on up here then. You Torah only, letter of the law, wannabe righteous, with your thick border on your garments, your fringes down to the fucking floor. Like these fucking camps that making me so goddamn sick with their fucking fake ass boots on the ground marching. Nathaniel and all you fucking clowns with your purple garments on, thinking that you're doing something righteous for the Most High. You ain't doing nothing but trying to look good in front of men. You fucking Pharisees. You ain't doing nothing but putting people in bondage. Kicking people out of congregations. Not according to what the word says. Because they're not dwelling with love. And this is how we know the real Mashakim. The real brotherhood of light. We know them because they love. They don't need to search the world over. They follow the Lamb wherever he goes. And he chose the route of truth and love. And he ascended to the right hand of the Father before witnesses. And I bear witness that this is true. I bear witness to the true crucifixion. It's a giving up of oneself. Saying, I can't do it, Abba Yah. I confess with my mouth that I am not able of my own power to do this thing called living correctly. How? The way will show you. The truth will show you. The way to everlasting life. The way. The way to where? To the Father. I came to make my Father's name known. And today, Yisrael, I came to make my Father's name known. Yahusha is his name. Say it. And he got a son by the name of Yisaiah. Branch of Jesse. And I bear witness that these things are true today. And not only I. Heaven and earth bear witness that the things I say are true today. You don't have to deviate when you stand on the rock of truth. The stone that the builders rejected. All of you so-called high holy ones, you reject the stone. You reject the rock. You don't just stand on it and say, it's just truth and love, brother. These are the words of the Hamashiach. Because they don't bring glory to you. And that's not what we're here to do, Mashakim. Yisraelah. You're not here to bring glory to yourself. You're here to bring glory to Yahusha, who gave his life for you. And thus bringing glory to Abba Yah. And these three agree in one. And by doing that, you become one. And you become a branch. And then you can maybe bear some fruit, which are the fruits of the Spirit. The Most High comes to your tree. He's looking to see if you have a fruit on there called kindness. Is that on the heart of that tree in there in that person? I don't give a damn about what you thought you knew. I don't give a damn how many degrees you got on your fucking wall. I don't give a damn about what kind of letters you have about your side of your name, nigga. I don't give a damn about these titles that they've given you. Do you have a fruit in that heart of yours called kindness? Do you have a fruit in there called forbearance? Do you have a fruit in there called compassion? Do you have a fruit on that tree called patience? Do you have a fruit on that tree called conquering all things? Do you have a fruit on that tree called hoping all things, believing all things? That's gonna make you stupid if you believe all things. No, it's not. It's gonna expose a fucking wicked heart of another motherfucker. I'm not stupid for believing you when you tell me a lie. You're stupid for fucking lying. You're gonna reap the fucking benefits of the fucking lie, which is death. Not me for saying, hey, if that's what you want to do, that's what you believe, then so be it. Because I love you. So I'm not gonna stand in your way and block you. I'm gonna show you the truth. If you don't want that, then keep on moving your way. Y'all don't understand love. Y'all are unloving people. And that's why you think you can do it by the letter of the law. You're going to teach your children how to wear his fringes. You're going to teach them how to keep Shabbat. You're going to teach them how to speak Hebrew. But you're not going to teach them how to be kind. You're not going to teach him how to love himself by speaking the appropriate words of I am when he speaks of himself. You're not instructing him on that on the daily. To meditate on the true words of I am. Constantly. When he wakes up in the morning, son, when you wake up in the morning, think beautiful thoughts, I am, beautiful thoughts. When you go to sleep, you think beautiful thoughts. When you're walking by the wayside with your friends, speak beautiful thoughts of I am. When you're going to school to learn what you're learning, speak beautiful thoughts of I am. When you're going to speak to anyone, you speak beautiful thoughts. When you're going to go study, think beautiful thoughts of I am. When you're sitting down meditating in the room, to speak beautiful thoughts and think beautiful thoughts of I am. And share that with everybody that you know. Then somehow you guys are saying if we do that, Abba won't be pleased because we didn't wear fringes. So he won't accept us, even though our hearts are pure. Even though your heart is pure. Well, fuck you. You didn't get your fringes on. You can't get in, buddy. Now, this other nigga walk up with his fringes are beautiful. But he's got a hate-filled heart. He's a whited sepulcher. He's a coffin. They look beautiful on the outside. Israel, what's on the inside of a coffin? A dead nigga. And you think the Most High will be mocked. He's going to let him in. Well, you wore your fringes. You kept Shabbat. You did all that. Come on in, buddy. But his heart is filled with darkness and he's hateful. He deceives. He lies. He tricks with his heart. Yes. We must circumcise the penis. So we circumcise his penis, but he's a kind of hate-filled ass heart. But he walks up there, he says, Abba, my phallus is circumcised. I kept the covenant. I'm coming in. And Abba just goes, oh yeah, you're right. You did. The hell with how your heart was doing, how you just was murderous and envious and hate-filled. Just come on in because you got your phallus circumcised. Y'all are that stupid to think that's what it's about. To think that's what living is about. Outward appearance. You think this? Then you will die thinking that. You have not found life then. You are not a source of life. So therefore you can't give it outward. So then you can't give it to your woman. You can't give it to your children. And you can't give it to your goddamn self. So you have become a harbinger of death. Everywhere you go. And that's why when the light shines, you run. Because roaches and rats and shit like that, maggots, flies, they usually come around when there's dead shit. But when everything's clean and life and filled with living, those type of creatures usually stay the fuck away. They like to creep around and be hidden. You see? So, true Yisrael, to you, I say peace. To you fake lettered by the law, Pharisees, woe unto you. Kum Yasharallah.